be doing a Pilates workout this morning. We're going to start with the mermaid. So you're going to sit with your legs and your ankles to the side in a comfortable position, your weight resting on one hip. You don't want to push this other hip down. So we're going to lift, reach to the side, shoulder is pushed down, looking over, and lift back up, and reach, and look to the other side. Start with a moderate stretch, and then deepen into it as you warm up. So pushing side, shoulders down, lift up, and reach, and go to the other side. Good inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Go ahead and lift your feet up. Take them over to the other side. Again, ankles and knees to one side. Weight on your supporting hip. Arm is out to the side. Shoulders are down. Inhale, reach the side. Really stretch long. So when I'm stretched over here, I'm pushing down through the hip, and I'm pushing up through the shoulder. Inhale and exhale. And I'm doing the opposite here. So right here, lengthening through here and right in through here, but still depressing that shoulder down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Pushing that shoulder down. Now I'm not pushing down this hip. I'm pushing down the one I'm sitting on. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Push your shoulders down and exhale. Now we're going to go to the butterfly. So feet together. Your heels and the balls of your feet pressing together. If you need to be farther out, that's okay. Or pull in whatever comfortable. You want to grab your ankles. Don't grab your feet because it sickles the ankles and it pulls up on them overstretching right there. So make sure that you're grabbing onto the ankles. Sitting up tall, you're going to contract. So think about pulling that belly button in towards your spine. You're going to roll back on your sit bones and curve your head in. And then you're going to reverse the movement. Start with your pelvis rolling forward. And then come up with your crown of your head reaching towards the ceiling. And contract. And down. Shoulders are down, and reverse the movement, rolling back up. Let's do that a couple more times. Pulling your navel to your spine, and then starting with your pelvis, rolling forward on top of the sit bones, and come up, stretching tall, contract, and sitting up tall. Now we're going to walk forward and try to go with a flat back. So I'm taking my pelvis and I'm rolling it forward as far as I can. Walking your hands forward. We're just going to hold here for just a minute. Not a minute, but a few breaths. So nice and deep. And if you can't not go very far, that's okay. If you want to go farther down, that's completely fine too. So nice long back. You're making an angle from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Good, and walk it back in. This time I want you to round all the way down. So round your upper back. Take a few deep breaths. Think about equally pushing your knees open. So try not to rock to one side or the other. You want to try to think about pushing those knees evenly open from the hip. And then starting with my pelvis and my lower back, I'm going to walk myself, roll back up. And then flat back again. So coming forward as far as you can comfortably go, keeping those knees pushed out. And then from here, stay where you are. I'm just going to round the upper back down. Nice deep breath. And then walking it back in. So we're going to kind of repeat the mermaid stretch in a butterfly position. If you need to go to a crisscross position, you may do so. I'm going to go ahead and stay in butterfly because I like to keep my knees somewhat even. So we're gonna have our hand to the side, right behind our leg. We're going to reach up, pushing this knee down, and then look down to the side. Good. Lifting up. Now when I'm doing this, I'm not leaning back and tilting my pelvis forward. I'm still staying tall on top of my sit bones, and I'm staying within this plane right here. I'm not leaning back, I'm not going forward. And inhale to lift up. Exhale to go down and over. Push this shoulder down, but still stretching along your side right through here, pushing this hip down. And lift up. Let's go on to the other side. Pushing down to that hip, shoulders down. Good, this time I'm gonna have my palm up. So my palm is up and I'm looking up. I'm not twisting here, but I'm looking up slightly. Still pushing my shoulder down. And lifting up. Other side, look up, palm is up. It's a little bit more intense of an exercise or stretch. And let's do that again each side. Looking up, palm up. And remember, shoulders down. You're not lifting it up by your ear. Shoulders down. Opposite hip is down. And that side. Good. Now coming around, we're going to reach the side, and I'm going to swoop around to the front, and then roll up. Going to the other side. Reach around. Come around the front, and roll up. This is nice to work the back. Reach around the side, pushing the opposite hip down. Come around the front, and roll up, reaching around to the side. Come around the front, and roll up. Now you can keep doing that, or you can go all the way around. So we're going to do that a couple times. So I'm going to reach around. I'm going to walk around to the other side, and then come up. Reach around, walk your hands around, and then come up. Now you can continue doing that. This time I'm going to do it again without touching the ground. So reaching around, and come up, and go to the other side. Reaching around, and come up. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Now when you do this, I think about pushing my opposite knee down, making it even. Pushing my opposite knee down, and then coming up. Last time, push that opposite knee down. Both knees are even. Opposite knee down. And then come up. Good. All right. Laying down on your mat, we're going to do the imprint. So from here, find a nice, comfortable position. Feet are about hip width apart, hands are to a low V. Now find a neutral spine. A neutral spine is, I'm not pushing down, I'm not arching up or going either way. So I have a nice neutral spine. So from here, if I were to have something resting on my pelvis, it would be even. So if it's tilting this way, then I'm tucked too much, and if it's tilting forward, then I'm arched. So I'm going to find a nice neutral spine. Now from here, and you might have a little space under your back. Nice long head, lifting out towards the side. Now the imprint, I want you to actually think about imprinting your spine into the mat evenly. So anytime you have one leg or both of your legs off of the mat, you want to make sure to protect your spine. So you're thinking about imprinting, so pushing it down. So from here, I'm in a neutral spine, and I'm going to think about squeezing my lower abs and pulling my navel in towards the mat, and I'm imprinting everything evenly into that mat. And then relax, back to neutral spine. And then imprinting it in, and then relax. Now not squeezing so much that I'm going into a little bit of a bridge curl or a pelvic curl. There's an imprint to protect that back. Now think about initiating the movement deep inside your pelvis. And that will help you with other exercises as well. And then coming down. Let's do it one more time. Exhale. And inhale. All right, we're going to go into the 100, a little bit of a modified 100. We're going to go to a tabletop. If If you want to, and I'm imprinting my spine here, because anytime one or both your legs are coming off the ground, you don't want to stay in neutral. You want to protect that lower back. So you can either have your legs in a tabletop butt knee position, or I want them to be straight up today. So I'm going to go ahead and keep mine in a bent knee position, tabletop position, and arms are out straight, lifting the shoulders up. You're going to pulse your arms, inhale for 5, and exhale for 5. Okay, are you ready? Focus is straight up, and pulling that abdomen in, your belly button towards your spine. Ready? And pulse in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. In, out, in, out, in, and out, in, and out. And make sure that you're pulsing from your shoulders, not your wrist. And we're getting there, we're past halfway. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Good, relaxing down, hugging your knees in real quick. And we're going to go into the single leg stretch. So taking your one leg, you're going to take your outside hand, place on your ankle, your inside hand is going to go on your knee, your opposite leg is going to go out to a 45-degree angle. And we're going to lift up, lift your shoulders up, make sure your shoulders in your lower back, you're not lifting your shoulders up from here. So outside hand is on your ankle, inside hand is on your knee, and then you're going to switch positions, pulling your navel into your spine. So keeping your chin lifted and your shoulders down, we're going to breathe in, and exhale, exhale, in, and exhale, exhale. More sets, in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Let's do one more, in, and out. Good, have knees in, take a nice breath. And we're going to go into the single straight leg stretch. So coming back up, you're going to take, go back to your single leg position, and we're going to straighten the one closest to you, grabbing anywhere up that you can. So if you grab at your ankle, that's better. If you need to go farther down, that's fine. So protect that leg, protect your neck. You're going to pull twice gently, and then switch, pull twice gently. I'm going to inhale as I switch legs, exhale as I pull twice, inhale, and exhale. Ready? In. Still pressing that lower back into the mat. Your belly button is pulling towards your spine. Let's do a couple more. Good, hug your knees in, and lie that head back. Good, go ahead and rock back and forth just a little bit. And we're gonna go into the V lift. So the V lift, your legs are in a V. They're gonna stay right up, straight going to the ceiling. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a modification, and then we'll do the full one. So my hands are gonna be down by my side. I'm going to think about curling my pelvis off the ground, using my hands as support. So I'm going to lift up and then roll back down. It's not easy. Lift up and then roll back down. If you do not go very high, that's okay. Lift up and go back down. Lift up. You can hear the cat in the background trying to get into the sunroom. They don't like it when I have the door shut. And lift up and then come back down. Okay, taking the arms overhead or towards the ceiling, we're going to lift our upper body up, and we're going to do everything all at once. We're just going to do it 5 times. So I'm going to exhale as I come up and inhale as I come back down. Okay? Ready? And exhale. And down. Here's 2. And down. 3. 4. And 5. Good. Going into the double leg stretch. Pulling your upper body up. Knees are in, knees are going to come in and then straight out. When your knees are in, your arms are going to be in the 100 position, And then when your legs go out, they're gonna go up over your head and then circle around, and you scoot over just a little bit. You're hugging those knees up, chest is lifted, arms are out, and lift out, and exhale back in. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Relax back down. Get back on my mat. I'm going to go into the bridge and the pelvic curls, which we kind of did a little bit earlier when we were doing the imprint. So hands down to your sides. Feet about hip width apart. Nice long necks. Relax your shoulders. And I'm going to think about pulling in with my pelvis, with my abs. So right where, think about where your swimsuit or your underwear hit, that's where you want to pull in. So I'm going to pull in there and lift my pelvis off the ground and then replace it back down in the reverse movement. And exhale to lift. And relax. And lift. And relax back down. Let's do two more. And back down. It's nice listening to the birds. And lift. If you can hear them, hopefully you can. And back down. Now we're going to make it a little bit bigger. We're going to lift all the way up. And then reverse the movement, roll back down. I'm really squeezing in my seat. I'm really squeezing in my hamstrings. And lift. Peeling up off the mat. And back down. Now I'm only coming up to right below my shoulders. I'm not going all the way up to my neck. And roll back down. Lift up. Exhale. And inhale to replace. Pulling that navel into my spine. Lift up. And back down. Lift up. Back down. Now we're going to come up this time and we're going to stay. From here, I want you to actually pull. So instead of rolling down, we're going to go straight down. So down, and then lift, down. We're going to do 10 of them. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stay at the top, and I want you to tap your knees together 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now holding your knees together, have an awkward position. We're going to do little lifts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rolling down. Let's go ahead and do that set one more time. So rolling up, and we're going to go straight down 10 times. Ready? And here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exhale, 9, and 10. So tapping these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't hold your breath. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Knees are together. Lift up. And 1. We're almost done. 2, 3, 4. We're almost done with this exercise. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rolling it down. Hug your knees in. Rocking side to side. We're going to go into toe dips next. So lifting your legs up to the tabletop, pulling that belly button into your spine towards the floor. We're going to alternate. So I'm going to drop my leg down, touch my toe, and then lift it back up. I'm keeping the angle of my leg. And then touch and bring it back up. Touch down. This is really great for the lower abs. Touch down. Exhale to bring it back up. Inhale. Exhale to bring it back up. Touch and lift. Touch and lift. Touch and lift. Touch lift. A couple more times. Touch, lift, and touch, lift. If you want to keep going there, you may, or you can try doing both legs. You don't have to go all the way down. So if this is as far down as you can go, that's completely fine. If you can go all the way down, you can do that. But if you feel like that you're arching your back too much or it's putting too much strain, only go a little bit. I'm going to go halfway down. So down, and up, and down, and exhale in, and down, exhale in, and down. Let's do a couple more, and down, exhale, and down, and exhale. Hug those knees in, good. And place your feet on the mat. Grab behind your hamstrings and pull yourself up. We're going to go into tricep dips because we need to work those arms a little bit too. So arms, right behind your seat, chest is open, fingertips are facing along your mat, and we're going to think about tucking our pelvis under and lifting our hips up off the mat. Now tricep dips, I see in class a lot, people will do this, the students will do this. So it's not lifting your bottom. You actually have to bend your elbows. So I want you to bend your elbows to that back wall and then push to stretch it up. Remember not to collapse in your shoulders, so you're lifting up through your chest. So push it in, elbows back and lift, back and lift. If you have sensitive wrists, you can always do this on your fists. And lift, and lift. Chest is open, pelvis is tucked under. And go ahead and place it down. Give your wrists a little bit of a curl to release them. And we're going to do 10 more. So I'm going to do my fists this time just to demonstrate. If you want to do them on your wrists, or excuse me, on your palms, you may do that, okay? So planting those fists evenly into the ground, tucking my pelvis under, adjusting as necessary. And 1, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, placing your seat down. We're going to do something that is a little bit difficult depending on how you are made. I have a very long torso, so this makes it a little bit harder for me. So we're going to do a seat swing. So from the tricep position, I'm going to have to do it on my fists. If you have an even longer torso than I do, or if you have a little bit larger bottom, that's completely fine, but you may need to have a little bit more space. So you might have to do like hold on to weights or onto books. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So lifting up in pretty much that tricep position, I'm going to lift up and I'm going to flex my feet and straighten my legs. And as I do that, my seat is going to go through my arms. And then I'm going to come up to that reverse tabletop. And then back. And then coming forward. So as I'm doing that, my seat is grazing the floor. So some people are able to do it from here. I cannot, just because of the way I'm made. So lifting up, shoulders are long, flexing the feet, exhale, and inhale. As you come back through. So let's just do it 5 more times. There's 1. And 2. Shoulders down. And 3. 4. And 5. And I am shaking. It's not easy. And returning back to neutral position. Moving on, we're going to go onto our stomachs. Stretch our backs a little bit and go into the swan. So laying comfortably on your stomach. Your hands are a little bit higher than shoulder and about shoulder width apart. So a little bit higher than your shoulders. And I want you to think about taking your crown and lifting out and up from there. Don't just crunch up. I want you to think about lifting out and then up. So I'm not going to go very high. I don't want to put a lot of weight on my shoulders. Also, my glutes are loose, so I'm not squeezing my glutes. They're loose because I want to stretch and lift up here. And go back down. Okay, lifting out and up. And go back down. Lift out and up. And going back down. Let's do a couple more times. Lift out and Okay, this time I want you to actually put pressure onto your hands and push up a little bit higher. So lift out and up. Now I'm going to use my hands pushing down evenly into the mat and pushing up. Think about keeping your shoulders down. You don't want to wear your shoulders to the earrings, so pushing down. So if you can comfortably go higher, definitely do that. Still lifting your abdomen off the floor. Don't let it relax out. And then relax back down. So pull that belly button up, pushing up, lifting up and out. Relaxing your seat. Shoulders down. Nice deep breaths. And relaxing back down. Okay, pushing up, we're going to go to the shell pose real quick, or the rest pose. Sit back. Stretch those arms. And come up. We're going to do a few push-ups. You can do full push-ups on the balls of your feet, or you can do them from your knees. I'm going to go ahead and do them from my knees. When you do this, you want to lift your feet up, because that puts the weight over the tops of your knees instead of right on top of your kneecaps, okay? So feet are pointed up to the ceiling. Nice long line from your head down to your knees. Arms are under your shoulders, and your elbows are going to go slightly out, down into the corner. So we're just going to do 10. Ready? And inhale, and exhale. There's 1. Inhale, and 2. In, and 3. In, and 4. In, 5. In, 6. In, 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Sitting back again. We're going to go ahead and do that one more time. This time we're going to do it in the tricep push-up position. So coming up into that plank position. Feet are up. Now this time, instead of my elbows going out, I'm going to have them graze the sides of my ribs. And 10 of them, okay? Inhale. Exhale up. There's 1. Inhale. And 2. Inhale. And 3. Inhale. 4. Shoulders down. 5. 6. 7. 8. I have to readjust. I'm sliding backwards. 9. And 10. Good. Sit back. This time I want you to turn your palms in and facing you. So my pinkies are in. This will stretch a lot more of those shoulders and along the side. All right, walking forward. We have our last thing. We're going to do a quick plank. So we're actually going to go to an elbow plank position. So elbows are a little bit wider than my shoulders. Underneath my shoulders, palms are spread wide. I'm going to use my hands as stabilization, tucking my toes under, squeezing my lower abs, and coming up off of the mat. So nice deep breaths. Make sure everything is nice and in line. And I always like to add a little bit something more because I really don't care for planks. So I used to do some leg lifts just to make it a little bit interesting. So let's just do 5 leg lifts on one leg and 5 leg lifts on the other. Okay, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Drop those knees down. Pushing back on your seat. Couple nice deep breaths. Go ahead and roll those palms in again. Bend your elbows, taking your hands to your shoulders. And slowly rolling up. You are done for the day. Thank you so much for joining me.